Hey everybody, how you doing? Good morning. Hope all is well. Where are we at today? A little weather extra on a Tuesday. That's really a Friday for me, so I'm pretty stoked about it. But happy Tuesday to you all. Hope everybody's doing well. Let me just get myself organized. Hi Kaylee, I see you on. I hope all is well. Good to see you. Hope you can hear me okay. And yeah, let's talk a little weather. We got some good stuff happening. Just got to get past this afternoon. Once we get past this afternoon, boy, the rest of the week, if you don't mind July 90-degree temperatures with dry conditions for the 4th of July day and weekend, you're going to love what you got coming this way. It's good stuff. I asked this question on my Facebook page a little while ago. I said, do you prefer 90s with low humidity or 80s and humid? I think the overwhelming response would be 90s and low humidity, but I don't know. Some of you may like the humidity. I'm not sure. But yeah, overall, though, big changes coming. Where are we at? Hi, Maya. Good morning. I'm good. I hope you're doing good, too. Good morning, Jeff. Hope and Daniel say hi, too. Good to see you, Sarah. Yep, 4 o'clock in the morning is when that post came on with the picture with the dark road. Yes, yes, yes. Very early, very early. Carrie from Hartsel with a heart. Good to see you on. Good to see Hartsel represented in the house. Always a beautiful place to be. Connor's party is now for this Sunday and indoors. Hopefully nothing crazy happens again. Kaylee, you should be good. There is a slight chance. I'll show you the 10-day forecast. A slight chance of a storm on Sunday, but overall looking pretty good. I mean, like, I can't remember the last time I worked, whether it was Brad's shift, Eric's shift, or my shift, or whoever's shift. I don't care. I can't remember the last time I came into work and didn't have to look at the radar and watch for storms. Now, I know not everybody gets a storm, okay? Trust me, I get it. But like yesterday, even though storms were mainly on the Alabama-Mississippi state line in the afternoon, they still had some heavy rainfall, and we still have to cover those, right? And there were a few little isolated cells elsewhere. And you're sitting at home, you're like, I didn't get any storms. What are you talking about? But we still have to track the ones that don't hit your house. So it's just kind of nice not to have to track storms for the next couple of days. Like once we get past this afternoon, don't have to worry about anything for a couple of days, which is nice. We deserve that. D.O. from PC is in the house. Good to see you, Donna Oliver. Jameson, my friend from Priceville, good to see you. Hope all is well. Hey, that construction on 65, fixing that bridge where that truck hit the bridge on Upper River Road, that was causing some big-time backups today. I don't know if you have to drive in the Priceville area on 65 in the morning, but boy, what a headache that was this morning. I think they're doing some construction down by Falkville, too, and I always have to be very careful how I say that town because I always get very worried when I say that town. But all the way down to Lakeland, boy, that 65 was a mess. I don't think they're going to be working on any of that stuff because I think we did a story today. I remember hearing Gina read it, was that any kind of construction closures with a big July 4th weekend coming and a lot of travel, they will not be implemented. So there'll be no construction zones. Everything should be open wherever you're going in Alabama. Can't help you with other states, but kind of cool. Sarah says, we drive on that road often. Yeah, the Parkway, it's right there, right? It's busy. Sarah says, my son Ezekiel says hi too. You have 3 kids. Oh, there's 3. Okay. Hope, Daniel, and Ezekiel. All right, got everybody now. Got everybody. I didn't know about Ezekiel until just now. So hi, Ezekiel. Good to see you on. Kelly says, oh, school update. I will get my student ID and then get registered for classes soon. Everything is starting to feel so real. Good for you, Kaylee. Kaylee's going to go to school for a little weather, which is fantastic. I'm going to push this graphic forward so you can see it. So temperatures, we got some sun out there. In fact, it's not even really that bad of a morning. We got to track some storms this afternoon, but much like yesterday, they're doing a very good job of holding off until after my shift ends, which is fantastic. That would be great if that can continue, and then I can go home on time. But the temperatures themselves are around 80 degrees. It's still really humid out there. So I'm going to talk about a cold front. I loved cold fronts in July because they're not really cold fronts, but I'll tell you what I got going on here. So Madison 565, there's a little sunshine, and hopefully the storms can stay away from Toyota Field this evening. The Trash Pandas, they need your support, everybody. Have lost 15 games in a row, and they are at home tonight. It's a quick 3-game set, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then they're back on the road again. They're having their fireworks show Thursday night, I do believe, because that's the night I'm going. So it better be, because that's why I'm trying to get the tickets. That's why I went on Thursday. So anyway, Really stoked about going to the game on Thursday. Need to see them pull off like at least 2 or 3 wins in this homestand. It's a quick one, but Madison, when I look at that camera, always reminds me of the Trash Pandas because the field is right around the corner. All right, radar, quiet, not much going on. A few showers up towards Chattanooga. We had a little storm that fired up towards Gadsden earlier this morning, and that has moved east into Georgia and fizzled out. But this is the cold front, right? Let me do something real quick. Let me put you back on there. Cold front. I put quotes on that because a lot of times, like, you fire off the word cold front on July 1st and everyone's like, ooh, it's going to get cold. No, this cold fronts in July play differently than cold fronts, say, like in December, okay? So cold fronts in July, what they usually do, they're usually a wind shift. So the winds will shift from southwest to northwest. They don't really tend to drop the temperature all that much. They can, but this one's not going to. This one is just going to drop the humidity a little bit. So the humidity will go down as we go into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That's why I asked the question in the beginning, 90s in low humidity or 80s in humidity? I think overall, many of you probably just want it to be dry for the holiday, right? Because you want to get outside, you want to do some fishing, you maybe want to hike, maybe you want to play a little disc golf, maybe you want to play regular golf, maybe you want to play pickleball. I'm trying to think of all the things you can do in the outdoors this weekend and not have to worry about any kind of rain, which is fantastic. And this is what we got. So afternoon, 1 o'clock, this forecast model popping a storm pretty much over Huntsville. It did that yesterday too, and it didn't happen. So I do think there will be some storms that fire up around 1 o'clock. And right now, there's like 2 waves of rain. So the first one looks like it will be mainly east of I-65 between about 1 and 6 o'clock. Once that initial push of showers and storms moves out, there's still one more little area of rain showers that has to develop off to the north and west and north, and that will dive south. Not nearly as widespread as the first one. And then once that shifts south about 10 o'clock, we're pretty much done. There'll be some patchy fog develops overnight, and that patchy fog will be with you in the morning. But once you get past that patchy fog, it's really cool, not temperature-wise, but like cool in the sense that we don't have to talk about rain for 4 days. Oh my gosh, I can't remember the last time I had to do that. I'm off 3 of those 4 days, though. So next time I come into work, I get to take advantage of that Saturday. But yeah, I mean, that's a pretty awesome stretch of weather for July 4th. July 4th has had a history of severe weather. July 4th has had a history of heavy rainfall. It's had a history of 100-degree temperatures. It's had, some adversities, to say the least. But this is not really adversity. 93 is hot for some of you. I get it. So it's 94 on Saturday. But it comes with a little bit less humidity, especially Friday. Saturday, the humidity will increase. But if you got outdoor plans, it looks okay. It looks okay. All right, where did I leave off? Sarah says, I actually have 6 kids. Wow, okay. Just keep multiplying, like right before my very eyes, from 2 to 3 to 6. All of a sudden, wow, that's a lot of children. It's good. And I know that they all love weather, Daniel especially, which is fantastic. Daniel's the oldest, got it. And Sarah says, are we expecting any storms today, says Daniel. Yes. Just talked about how we have a chance for afternoon storms, and yeah, some of the rainfall could be heavy at times, but probably we've had some gusty winds the last couple of days, really since like a week and a half ago. Every day we've had some kind of storm to track, but some of the winds could be gusty today, about 40, 50 miles an hour. A lot of lightning if storms do develop, okay? Going to the game, so Sarah, the Trash Pandas are not home on Friday. So if he tries to go to the game on Friday, he's got to go to wherever they're playing at because they only have a 3-game homestand. They're home Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and that's it. They're off. They go back on the road Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I do believe. It's a quick homestand, and then they're out. So I think they're celebrating their July 4th activities on the 3rd, and they're doing a big fireworks show. But pretty sure I looked at the schedule, and I kind of scheduled my schedule around it. So if they're trying to go to the game on Friday, I don't think they'll be there. Yep, not this Friday. There you go. She says, oops, not this Friday, the 18th of July. Yes, there you go. So a couple weeks. And that's exactly a great segue, Sarah, is they're home 1, 2, the Pandas are home 2, 3, 4, or no, 1, 2, 3, and then off the 4th, but they come back like the 13th. So they're gone for a couple. They only have like 3 home games in like a month. It's kind of crazy how the schedule works. But then the good news is that if you want to get your Trash Pandas fix for the second half of the season, they're home a lot as we go into the end of July, August, and then early September. So if you've missed a game and haven't gone to one and you like to go to see the Trash Pandas play, win or lose, it's always a great night, always a great family event too. And yeah, there's a lot of games still have to be played. The baseball season is long, and it's done in 2 sets, 2 seasons. So like in minor league baseball, there's a first half and a second half. Now, obviously, they didn't do well in the first half. And it hasn't started off so great in the second half yet, but there's times to turn it around. And they're going to turn it around this homestand. They're going to win all 3 of those games. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Win, win, win. I love it. Good stuff. Hi, Maya. I see that. And a heart, too. That's sweet. I appreciate it. Sarah says, oh, wow, okay, thank you. With lots of exclamation points. That's awesome. So we can close the book on June. For most locations, it was a month that had temperatures right about average, and it was an above average rainfall month for many locations. I talked about this yesterday a little bit. Not just Huntsville, Northwest Alabama, Decatur, but even some of you who give me updates from your rain gauges in your backyard that I know are very reliable. I mean, some areas had almost 20 inches of rainfall in May and June combined. That's a lot of rain. And I'm sure there's probably areas that have had close to 25 or 30 that may be in like DeKalb or Jackson County where I don't have an actual official measurement because it seemed to rain there like the last week every single day. So a lot of times this time of year, we turn our attention to July and August, which we know can be really dry at times. And everyone always gets very concerned about drought. The first 2 summers I've been here, we've talked about drought both summers that extended into the fall season. Going to be a little bit harder to have widespread drought right now. I mean, it can happen, of course. We can go through a run of like 4 weeks with no rain and then we'll be in a drought. But I think that for the most part, we're doing pretty good when it comes to rainfall totals. And for those of you who feel like you've been jaded on the rainfall in May and June, I'm not really sure how that could have happened. But yeah, I mean, everybody did really well number-wise. So should help out. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. So I'm going to pull this back up again. There's your 10-day, everybody. 80s to 90s. Not much rain in the forecast. When was the last time we got to say that? Golly gee, I can't remember. I'm going to keep going backwards to get to the other graphic. There's your pseudo cold front. Called a cold front, but this time of year, just a wind shift. Humidity dropper. Radar pretty quiet right now. Not much really developing along that front yet. Lots of sunshine in Madison. It's really not a bad day. It's a little humid out there, but boy, you wouldn't know there were storms in the forecast right now. Gorgeous outside. Beautiful start to July, at least through the morning and early afternoon. Got to keep an eye in the afternoon, make sure it doesn't get too dicey, that's all. Hopefully the showers and storms will behave. Hopefully they'll play down. Hopefully it won't be nearly as widespread. And hopefully they'll be out of here in the evening hours and the Trash Pandas can play their game, and then we can get this ball rolling to some beautiful weather just in time for the July 4th holiday weekend, which will be fantastic. All right. So Eric and Brad the next couple of days. Brad tonight, Eric and Brad Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I'm back Saturday. I'm working morning and night on Saturday, and I'll be back Sunday morning, and then I think Brad's in Sunday night. So that covers you for the rest of the week, and I'm sure Eric, was happy about things being real quiet weather-wise for the rest of the week this morning when we crossed paths and actually got to have our morning show all together for the first time, I think since Jonathan started 2 weeks ago. I don't think we've had all 4 of us here since he started, trying to fill in for, vacations and stuff like that. Sometimes it's amazing how many weeks you can go and not have your normal staff, so to speak. It's kind of weird. It was good to be back and have everybody on the morning show at all one time this morning, so it worked out well. But yeah, but now this week I will be off for 3 and then back on the weekend, so looking forward to that. I have plans too. I am going to play pickleball with Eric Burke tomorrow at 1:30. And I can't wait to start. I had this new my July 1st, I'm in this thing of no more fast food. Going to try to exercise a little bit more. And I'm going to try to have like a New Year's resolution in the middle of summer. So we'll see how long it lasts. But the great weather is going to help me want to be outside more. So that's what I'm banking on for the next 3 days. Even if I'm not playing pickleball, I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to do some gardening. I'm going to get out there and take advantage of the beautiful weather for this time of year. I don't care if I sweat a little bit. You're supposed to sweat in the summertime. That's the best part. That means you're burning calories, so it's all good. But I'm going to run out of here. I'm going to get the 11 o'clock TVL show set up. Gina Benitez and myself will be on at noon, and we'll have the very latest news and weather for you. Might even throw a little sports in there sometimes. Sometimes we put a little sports in there if there's something crazy going on. And other than that, we're good. Next time I see you is on Saturday, so y'all have a great afternoon and a fantastic next couple of days. Enjoy your July 4th. I won't see you until July 5th, so have a good 4th, and we'll talk soon.